Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Divyapreet. In this video, we'll be discussing the last 10 days strategy for prelims 2025. It is essentially a revision plan, and I would suggest that if you're following any plan currently, then please stick to it. If you have any given strategy, please stick to it. This is essentially for people who are trying to align their revision in the last 10 days. So let's get into it and see how can we actually revise in the coming 10 days. So these are the broad subjects that we have to cover: polity, economy, environment, science and tech, geography, and history. In history, we have to do modern India, we have to cover ancient and medieval, and we have to do art and culture. Apart from this, we also have to do current affairs for all the subjects. So current affairs is there. Alongside, we have to do PYQs. PYQs are very important. So in the last 10 days, essential focus has to be given on PYQs, and of course CSAT. If you are someone who has been scoring consistently 80 plus marks in CSAT, then maybe you could not do CSAT every day, but for others I would recommend to not ignore CSAT. Please do practice CSAT in the next 10 days, revise the formulas or practice questions, do PYQs, but do not ignore CSAT. So now let us see how can we actually align all of this uh, subjects and current affairs, everything in the next 10 days so that we have an organized preparation. So these are the 10 days at hand. 25th is actually the D-Day when prelims is scheduled. So this is prelims. 24th, I would recommend you leave empty for now. I'll tell the reason later, but for now, let us leave 24th empty. Then we have 22nd and 23rd. So closer to prelims, I would recommend that you revise these two subjects, which is polity and economy. See, polity and economy are such subjects from which more number of questions are asked. Roughly 30 questions together will be asked from these two subjects, and a lot of these questions would be coming from the static part. So there are higher chances for you to get these questions correct. So that's why the cost benefit for these subjects is higher, and that's why I will recommend that you revise them closer to prelims. So let's say you are revising polity on the 23rd and economy on 22nd. Then we have another very important subject, which is environment. So environment you can do on the 21st. Now, environment is a highly dynamic subject, so you could also cover the current affairs with respect to environment in 21st of May itself. But apart from that, the other part of environment, the static part of environment, has to be revised as well. Now, apart from this, we know that we have to do PYQs and CSAT as well. So I will recommend that you revise and do PYQs, CSAT on a daily basis. So alongside whatever GS you are covering, take out roughly 1.5 hours to 2 hours for PYQs.
It's 10 o'clock.
And for CSAT, you can have 1 hour every day. So these two become your daily things. Covering up PYQs and CSAT is a daily task, so that it is easier and you can cover those subjects up as well. Then we have to do current affairs as well. Now for current affairs, if you have you might have covered it in essentially two manners, maybe monthly or PT, or the yearly compilations basically. So you can revise current affairs in two manners. Either you can give two specific days to current affairs, or you can revise subject current affairs on that particular day itself. So let's say if you are doing economy, you maybe include the current affairs of economy, but then it will take a little extra time, so you give that extra time of half a day to economy. Or what you could do is you can just give two entire days for current affairs when you know that you are revising all your magazines, whether it is monthly or yearly. Now in this, if you feel that doing current affairs in 2 days is getting overwhelming and maybe you're not able to complete it, what you could do is you prioritize. How do you prioritize? You do the most essential things first. For example, let's say economy. Do the current affairs of economy, do for environment, do IR current affairs, especially places in news and mappings in general. So these are like most essential things which you have to prioritize in current affairs. Other subjects, science and tech, you will anyway cover when you are covering science and tech, so that's why I'm not mentioning that here. So you prioritize whenever you feel that you will not be able to cover something. Then before current affairs, you could cover up geography. Geography will take up half a day or something, won't take up a lot of time, so you can do geography. Then before that, you can do science and tech, including current affairs. Again, it is a very dynamic oriented subject, so include current affairs here itself and revise current alongside the static part of science and tech. Then you're left with history. So on the 15th and 16th, you have to do history. What you could do is do modern India and ancient on the 15th, and you can do medieval plus art and culture on the 16th. So that way you can revise all your subjects. And yet again, if you feel that this is getting overwhelming and you're not able to revise all of it, again you have to prioritize. So by now you would have a rough idea about the chronology of things happening in history. So let's say in modern India, when you prioritize, you can learn organizations and their founders. You can learn what the charter acts provided. In ancient medieval, the chronology becomes very important, so make sure that you are familiar with the chronology. And in art and culture, paintings, architecture, all of that portion becomes very important, so you prioritize that. So broadly, if you arrange your subjects in this manner, you will be able to revise all of it. And now let us come to the day we left empty, which is the 24th. On 24th, you can do the most important things. You can revise the most important topics, or you can revise things which you forget frequently. These are essentially your last minute revision material. So in last minute revision, what you can revise are stuff like, let's say, Ramsar sites, national parks, biosphere reserves, all of that. Then mapping is very important, so you can revise that on the 24th. What you can also revise is your mock test learnings. What errors did you do? What kind of silly mistakes did you make in your papers? What new concepts you learned? So all that can come here, and also your PYQ learnings. So all of this assorted stuff, which will not take a lot of your time, you can revise on the 24th, and also of course solve PYQs on the 24th, so that you are familiar with UPSC lingo, UPSC's way of asking questions. Apart from this, keep your brain calm. Be mentally relaxed. Do not get worked up or anxious by any amount of work on the 24th. So that's why essentially I suggest that you keep 24th empty, because if there is something that maybe you are not able to cover, then you do not get worked up by that. It is still under control, all is good, and you are mentally relaxed. So this is a broad plan which you can follow, starting with history, then science and tech, geography, current affairs, environment, economy, and polity. So, broadly, you can revise all your subjects in this manner, and wherever you are feeling that it is getting overwhelming, try to prioritize things and give extra focus to PYQs. Try to avoid new material at this point in time. Stick to your static material, stick to your uh, books that you have already done. Just revise them, and all the best. Give the paper in a calm manner. Try to not let exam anxiety affect you. So, yes, that is about it. All the very best.